Hi, everyone. I wanted to talk with you today about why you're here. I think at a time in our life, when we get to a certain age or just things happen, a lot of times it's triggered by trauma or some kind of big life change like divorce or bankruptcy or death. You know, all these big things that happen in our lives can kind of wake us up to that, like, what is this all about? You know, why am I here? What's the real meaning behind all of this? And, you know, the question that I come to is like, how am I meant to serve? Who am I meant to serve? In what capacity? You know, what is this all about? And in my journey of uncovering more of who I am and how I'm here to help, it really is that, you know, realizing, you know, the higher purpose and how we're meant to contribute. Everyone, I believe, gets to a time in their lives when they realize that it's actually about contribution. You know, it's about bringing back to the world, you know, sharing your gifts, being fully expressed, being fully yourself, you know, and a lot of us don't even know what that is anymore because we've been taught to people please. We've been taught that it's better to fit in, that it's better to be quiet, to blend in than it is to stand out for fear of criticism, fear of rejection, fear of failure, all those things that hold us back from being fully expressed. And I was just watching a coach's video last night. Her name is Sam Altieri. She's a coach that I just started following. And she was saying, you know, if you could do anything and express yourself in any way, what would you be doing? And it's time to stop doing what we think we're supposed to be doing, what we think is the only way that we can make money, that we need to be doing to fit in because that's what we were taught as a child, or that's the field of study, or we've been somewhere for so long and we think others are depending on us and how can we leave now? Whereas the soul wants to go. The soul wants to expand. The soul wants to evolve. And it becomes more and more painful when you don't go in that direction. And part of my path as a coach is to help people to realize and remember more of that path, because I believe that many of us have been here many times. This isn't our first go around. I know it's not mine. And we come in thinking that we don't know anything, that, you know, we're beginners, we're brand new, and that's just simply not true. You have gifts that were passed down to you from your ancestors. Even if you don't believe in past lives, your ancestors gave you certain gifts and also went through certain trials in their lifetime that they're hoping that you can get further on. They want you to be abundant. They want you to be free. They want you to be happy, you know, and they're doing everything they can from the other side to cheer you on and to get you onto that path as well. You know, and I was just listening to another podcast today and they were saying how the ancestors were the ones that introduced the couple, you know, that they actually like intervened and they were like, this person needs to be with this person. And they brought them together and had this beautiful, happy marriage. And their life was just filled with abundance because they allowed the ancestors, they allowed their lineage to intervene and to bring them further into their path of purpose. And your purpose is such a big topic, you know, and when I do readings, I do life purpose readings. And when people come to me and they're just like, tell me what my purpose is, it's not that easy. And it's something that, first of all, when I do readings, I see you doing things in past lives. And that's a big clue as to, you know, maybe what your gifts are in this life. Even if I've never, and actually it's easier for me if I've never met you and I know nothing about you to read you, because I know my ego is not getting in the way. And it actually is my higher self connecting to that other reality or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how it works. I just see things. But I see you in your former lifetimes. I also see your gifts, and I can help you remember them, sharing those visions. And you get to decide, like you have free will. You get to decide if you want to be fully expressed in this lifetime. And that's what I believe purpose is being fully expressed, like using your gifts to like nth degree, like making a big impact. All of us have the potential to make a big impact and to heal like lifetimes of trauma from our families. Like we all have that capacity. But in this life, like, what will you allow yourself to grow into? How uncomfortable will you allow yourself to be? Because evolution is very uncomfortable. Evolution is not easy. That's why a lot of people choose the easy route of just doing the same thing their whole life, even if they hate it. Even if they think they have to do it because it makes money or their family's depending on them, whatever lies they're telling themselves as to why they do it, their soul is not happy. Their soul is not fulfilled. And they're doing a disservice to their families, to themselves, to like their neighbors, their society, their clients, everyone, by not doing where they're not going where they're being called to go, to do what they're being called to do. And like your higher purpose is what lights you up, and it changes, it evolves. It's not just one thing. And I think that's where we get it wrong in society. We think like we praise people who have been in the same profession for like 40, 50 years. Yay, you, good job. Why? Why is that more noteworthy than someone who chooses to be a teacher, a politician, a speaker, an author, an artist, whatever you choose to do? Why does it matter what you choose to do so long as it fills you up and lights you up and is in service to the world and brings you that joy? That's what matters, not what anybody thinks about it, not how much money comes from it. How does it make you feel? And what kind of impact are you making? And every single role in society has impact and matters. Not one is better than the other. We all matter. All of our roles are necessary and important. And another thing that I'm getting is, as far as money goes, I am teaching breaking through money barriers, breaking through attachments to money, and not just over attachments to money, using money as an excuse as to why you can't go towards your purpose. For example, if you feel called to be an actress or a singer or a musician and you say, yeah, well, I won't make any money from doing that. Well, you won't because you're telling yourself that because that's your belief. Whatever path you choose, there is potential to make amazing money from it. You're the only ones that is holding yourself back from that. But also money can be a reason why we stay in unhealthy relationships, why we, say we don't have enough to we need time to write that book. And I know this was one of my things. I always wanted to be an author. And ever since I was a little girl, I've wanted to be an artist and an author and a performer. Like, that's what I saw. Like, I saw myself on Broadway. I saw myself writing. I saw myself singing, performing. I didn't see myself as a speaker, which is what I'm doing now, which is kind of funny. But I knew that I was meant for audiences. I knew I was meant to perform, entertain, enlighten people in some way, inspire people. I always knew that ever since I was a little girl. But to write a book, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of research. It takes a lot of bravery. To release a book to the world takes an immense amount of courage and bravery, especially if it's a memoir. Like if you're writing your story and you put that out to the world, I had so many ego deaths before I did that, so much trauma and things came up in my family with my clients, even with my friends. There was just explosive energy that erupted around the time that I released my book, because it was just such a big it just felt like fully showing myself to the world, and that was really scary. And I know I haven't fully done it because I still have books in my basement that are yet to be sold. So obviously I can go bigger and I can allow more people to hear my story. But in order to write a book, you need time, you need money. Those are all the realistic things in our physical world that we need in order to do our purpose. So what did I do? But I created a structure within my business that gave me that extra time and money so that I could do that. I coached other creatives and helped them to create their own coaching programs. I helped them to host their own retreats. And that money that came in from that, while I was serving them, helping them step further into their purpose, I then created monthly recurring income for myself so that I had time to write my book. So I had the money to write my book. And the people just arrived. As soon as I made that claim that I was going to write a book and I was going to do it in less than a year. I did it, I think it took me about 6 months, the whole entire process, which is pretty fast. But I decided I was going to do it. I made that claim and I decided I would have the resources to pay for it. And I did. I decided I would call in the right people to publish it, to edit it, to do the cover design, all of that. And what happened was they ended up hiring me as their coach. They read my book and they started watching my videos and they were like, oh my God, you're so inspiring. I need to work with you. So we ended up, doing trades with pretty much everyone that was involved with my book process. Almost everyone traded my coaching services for their services to publish, to edit, to all of that for my book. And I was like, wow, like, thank you, universe, because I was meant to release that book to the world. And so that's how it works. When you decide that you are going towards your calling, you are going towards your purpose at that time. And like I said before, it's ever evolving. It's not one thing. It's not just one thing. It's right now, where am I feeling called? And how will I allow myself to step into that just a little bit, like taking baby steps? Another step I just took was I just joined the Southern California National Speakers Association. I live in Maryland. I want to work in California. I want to speak in California. I want to host retreats in California. I want to do things in California. So I took that action step of joining this group, because that's going to make more connections for me. That's going to give me a more, I'm going to be in the energy of other speakers, other performers, other people who are successful. And that's another thing, surrounding yourself with the people who are already doing it, who are doing what you want to do. That's why I'm following Sam Altieri now. I just found her online. I found her and I was like, she's like me. She's a psychic channeler. She's a purpose coach. Now she has almost reached $1 million in her business. I have not hit that milestone. I would like to, and I believe it's possible for me. So I'm going to be around her to see how she did it and just to be in her energy. That's how it works. And to know that, like, we deserve to be in the room. We deserve to have a seat at that table. And that's what it is. It's the worthiness piece. If you believe you are worthy of it, you will attract it. When I went to the National Speaking Association conference, Influence, 2 years ago, I sat down at a table by myself, and all the presidents and the head of all these committees sat with me. And my coach at the time was like, how did you get at that table? And I was like, I just sat down and they all sat with me. And it's because I'm a match to them. I too am a leader. I too am, a president, like whatever you want to call it. Like, I too have that leadership energy, and I belonged at that table. And they sat with me, but they wouldn't have sat with me if I didn't believe I was worthy of sitting with people like that. If I thought that I was less than, that I would never achieve to the level they have, I wouldn't be at their table. But I was at their table, and they actually sat at my table. And that's how it works. So it's about, who are you surrounding yourself? What are the stories you're telling yourself that you're capable of achieving? And when you share your big dreams, like me, I want to be $1 million speaker and $1 million coach and an author. And, I want to be interviewed, for being like a New York Times bestselling author. Like, that would be fun. I believe that. But when I tell people that, and sometimes I get the I can see their reaction. I'm like, cool, you just don't believe that's possible for you. That's not about me. That's what you don't think you could ever do. So to see another one doing it is triggering, is like, who are you to do that? And it's noticing that, rather than allowing that to get into your head and be like, yeah, it's too much for me. I can't do that. That's when we stop ourselves from going where we're meant to go, when we allow others and their influences and what they think is possible to stop us. And that's where people pleasing comes in. Like, I don't want to get too far out. What will my friends think? What will my spouse think? What will my parents think? What will my community think if I become this $1 million plus earner? What will they think? And until we're able to let go of that and not even concern ourselves at all, because the bigger you get, the more criticized you will be. That's just reality. People see you doing the thing and they're going to be like, who the hell do you think you are? Sit down. You're too bright. You're too loud. Who do you are? What's your training? What's your certification? I've been asked all those things. And I'm like, I decided I was worthy. That's my certification. I decided I was worthy. I decided I'm here to inspire people, to uplift people, to remind them that they're here to fulfill a big mission and purpose. And we don't have all the time in the world. We don't have all the time. Now is the time. Right now is the time. Right now is the only time you have. This is it. Like, what do you want to be doing right now? How do you want to be living your life? Do you want to trade your time for money forever? Do you want to do something you hate? Is that how you want to be living your life? At the end of your life, you're going to look back and be like, thank God I kept that shitty job because I made like this amount of money. No, you're going to wonder, I wonder if I had tried out for that play. I wonder if I had written that book. I wonder if I, really told them what I thought. I wonder if I Like, we don't want to get to the end of our life and be wondering those things. Like, it's time to do them now. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what anybody else around you thinks you're capable of. It's what you want, what your soul is calling you towards. And you know what that is when you close your eyes and you take some breaths and you ask yourself, like, soul, where do I want now? Where do I want to go? Who am I meant to serve? How am I meant to serve? Please show me the signs. Bring in the characters. I just heard characters. Bring in the characters. Bring in the connections. Bring in the resources. And then ask your ancestors, ask your guides, ask your angels to intervene as it helps to bring you into that path. That let them know you're ready, that you've gone to that place of being courageous enough to just say yes to what you desire at this time in your life. And that's the card I keep getting for myself. I pull oracle cards and I keep getting here and now, here and now. Be in the here and now. Because when we're so focused in the present, what we want, we get disappointed. It's not here yet. You know, why am I not getting it yet? Why is nobody coming? Why don't I have enough money? Why isn't my partner here? That's all future living, and that causes anxiety. That causes sadness, and it's not necessary, because right here, right now, I have everything I need and more is always coming. Right here and now, I have everything I need and more is always coming. What's working now? What resources do I have available to me now to help me just make that one next step? For maybe signing up for that course, or reaching out to that person, or creating a budget so that I can afford that course or that to work with that person, or whatever it is for you. What one step can I take right now to show the universe I'm serious? And then will I allow myself to get out of the way enough to relax and trust enough to allow the universe to intervene and to do what it is that you can't do on your own, in your own limited human capacity, that you can't do on your own? How much will you allow yourself to be loved and supported? How good will you let yourself feel? And this is something else my masseuse said to me the other day. Most people don't believe that they even are worthy of feeling good. Like, they get skeptical when they feel good. They're like, when's the other shoe going to drop? I don't deserve to get a massage. I don't deserve to get my nails done, whatever it is, because they don't think they're worthy of feeling good. I need to be punished a little bit more for something I did in a past life or whatever. You deserve to feel good now. You deserve to feel lit up now. You deserve to feel in love right now. And anything that's not that is the more that you believe you are worthy of that, anything that's not that must go. Whether it's you saying no, or it just falls away in nature. It just falls away naturally. Those connections just fall away. Anything that's not aligned with where you're going and who you are stepping into must go. And that doesn't need to be such a scary thing, because when you decide internally of knowing what your standards are, knowing what you're worthy of, that which is not that must go. And it's a decision. It's an internal decision. And if you're wavering, you'll be given opportunities to practice that strength. You'll be given opportunities to assert your no. You'll be given opportunities to say yes to the massage. You'll be given opportunities to say yes to going on the date or whatever it is. So this is me channeling guidance. This is me being in my purpose. This is what lights me up. And to me, it doesn't matter who's watching. It doesn't matter who's listening. This is just me being in flow, doing what I'm called to do. And that is my work, is to help others step into this too. This feeling of flow, this feeling of just allowing the guidance to come through to you too. I'm not more special than you are. We're all special. We all have access to higher wisdom. We all have access to our soul's calling and communication with higher wisdom. We all have this. And that's what I'm here to help you see, so that you can tap into it too. Not so I can tell you what your purpose is, but so that you can feel this too. You can feel this divine channel, this divine connection. And this is exactly what I'm going to be doing as part of my Find Your Purpose series. It came to me last night in the middle of the night after listening actually to Sam Altieri, and after being just like having my energy just shaken up and being like, I'm ready to just do the thing. I'm ready to do what I'm here to do. I'm ready to stop being afraid of what people will say. I'm ready to just do it. And so what it is I'm just going to be sharing messages just like this. I'm channeling. This is what I'm doing. And I bring messages in regards to purpose, and it's to ignite something within you so that you feel something, so you feel called to go towards your mission as well. So you start to feel that connection with your higher wisdom. And it's completely free. I am accepting donations for people for whatever they can donate, whatever they can bring, whatever they feel is appropriate. I am happy with that. But we are going to be meeting over Zoom. Our first session is going to be, and I'll put it in the comments below so you can sign up, Tuesday, February 6th, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's called Find Your Purpose. So you're just going to come, listen. If you want to have your camera on, cool. If you don't, that's fine too. It may be interactive. It may not. I don't know. I channel, so I'm guided by spirit, and they tell me what to do in the moment. But basically, it's like this. It's just listening and allowing your soul to hear my soul. Basically, that's what I do. So if you're interested in that, you can go to the link below and just register for that. If this video resonates with you, share it. Share it with people who need to hear it. Let me know, how it resonated with you. Let me know what spoke to you. And if you would like to join us in our Facebook community, I'll put a link below. Our Facebook community is called Making Friends with Money. And it's basically for people who are tired of feeling limited by money. That's what it is. Like, yeah, we all want to make more of it, but we don't want to feel limited by it. We don't want to be overly attached to it. We don't want it to dictate the choices we make in our lives. We don't want it to stop us from going on that trip, from stopping us from leaving that unhealthy partner, from stopping us from writing that book or going towards your purpose. We want to heal our relationship with that money so that it's just money. It's like, it's cool. It's money. We're cool together. Like, healing a relationship is just like, we're good. Like, it's neutral. We're good. You're awesome. And I love having you around, making friends with money. So that's my Facebook group. I'll put that link below too. Drop some comments based on, how anything that resonated with you. Like the video, share the video. All of that helps. When you're on social media and you speak like this, every little bit helps more people to receive the messages. So that's what we want, and many people to be impacted as possible. All right. So I will put those links below if you'd like to join our Find Your Purpose series, and to join our Facebook community if you're not already in there. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.